Hey folks, Andrew here, and this is the first episode of Indie Shoutout. It's going to be a series of videos where we talk about some indie games that we think deserve a little bit more love. And for the first episode, I thought that we should do a game that I like a lot, Eldritch. Eldritch is made by Minor Key Games, and it is taken place in a Lovecraftian-inspired world. So the story of the game, without revealing too much, you are in an ancient library which has access to 3 worlds where old gods have awoken. And it's your job to find some orbs to seal off the old gods from coming into our world. It is a roguelike game with Minecraft graphics, and oddly, it's pretty terrifying, which you probably wouldn't think with its cutesy graphics, but the aspect of the roguelike really makes this a heartthrobber. See, you only really have one life. As soon as you die, you have to start over from the beginning, and each world is randomized for each playthrough. So regardless of how well you do, maybe that you're finally in the Cthulhu world trying to get your final orb, and then you die from some stupid cultist, you gotta start from the beginning. I think it does a really good job using mechanics to tell a story, because you're a human. You are just a person who is just completely powerless to stop a lot of these monsters. Sure, you can beat the crap out of the cultists and the fishmen pretty easily, but when you get to more of the beholder-looking guys, or even some of the big, scary ones, the best thing you have to do is run. The game is $15, but you can usually find it on sale on Steam, and they recently added a new expansion pack for the Mountains of Madness. You get to do some fun stuff up in Antarctica, or down in Antarctica. Some of the reasons why I love Eldritch so much is that it's so simple to play. You can pick it up and you can just go and play for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour or two, and you're still getting the most fun out of it. And of course, I'm a sucker for anything Lovecraft, so being in a Lovecraft-inspired world really gets me going. The game also does a good job of introducing new enemies. Especially when you get to the Nyarlathotep world, you see some new enemies which are very hard to beat, and some of them are impossible to kill, which ups the difficulty and gives you a feeling of helplessness, which in games is usually a bad thing, but in this one, it's all aces. The only downside to Eldritch is once you actually beat the game, there's really not much else left. Some of the best qualities of this game is going into a world that is completely randomized, and you just are still trying to grasp the concepts of what you're about to face. When you play it a bunch of times and you become familiar with the enemies and you have a basic understanding of how to navigate through these randomized worlds, a lot of the punch is taken away. However, for $15, it's a lot of fun, and it's definitely worth a shot. So if you're brave enough or crazy enough, I highly recommend Eldritch. What indie games do you think we should give a shout out to? Let us know in the comments below. And for all your video game needs, be sure to head over to Shacknews.com.